Last night in Southern California, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors took out UC Santa Barbara to advance to the championship match here in the Big West. They'll take on UC Irvine, a team that stunned Long Beach State last night. That's what they're playing for, the tournament championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Big crowd expected tonight at the Bren Center on the campus of University of California, Irvine, for this championship. Two-time defending national champs from Hawaii taking on the surprising Anteaters from UC Irvine. This is how they got through their semifinals. Irvine did play an earlier match against CSUN. Irvine shocked, outplayed the number 2 seed Long Beach State 49ers, where Hawaii was having no trouble at all with the 4 seed UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. Irvine's going to have a home crowd, but the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, so they pack it over in Hawaii, and a lot of them have traveled. And great to see you, my partner Kevin Barnett, All-American at Pepperdine, 2-time Olympian. And you know, you look at Hawaii, everybody's familiar. They won a national championship last year with basically the same lineup. But what brought these teams together for this championship tonight?
Hawaii has played like the 2-time defending champs they are. They will pressure you in every phase of the game and rarely make a mistake. One of the rare men's teams that serves in a lot. For UC Irvine, they have 2 elite attackers, can go over the block with power at any time. It's the most physical team that they've had in years. They play in their best volleyball at the right time.
You know, we talked about the Hawaii lineup, and again, they won the national championship last year at UCLA, not far from here over Long Beach State. All the same players back, but one has taken his game to a completely different level. Yeah,
whippy is the word I would describe Demetrius Muklius with. He absolutely crushes balls over the top. 6'6", wiry arm. He said he worked on it with his dad when he was growing up. It was all about the rotation, the power, and he has really gone next level. He loves to play that opposite position on the right side. I said, why? Why'd you never go to outside hitter at 6'6"? You're kind of prototypical. He said, well, I just have always been the guy who can put the ball away, and he's increased that.
And now he doesn't have to pass. What about on the UC Irvine side?
Yeah, Ilir Eno had an unbelievable night last night, career night. He does not need much of an approach to be effective. With no approach from far away, he's a terrific out-of-system outlet with a ton of range, and from the service line, he'll put a ton of side spin on the ball to pressure the other team, and everyone knows at some point he's going to cut it short on him. Watch for that to be a point scorer from the line for the Anteaters.
In the 3-0 sweep, he had 22 kills. A look at the starting lineup for UC Irvine. Francesco Sani, also a big arm. Maxim Grigoriev, a little bit undersized in the middle, and Joe Carlos, the transfer from Pepperdine, will be at the setting position. Cole Power, an outstanding libero as well. For Hawaii, 27-2, 9-1 in conference. Muklius, Galloway, Hakas, Hoagland, Voss, Tele. Jakob Tele, maybe the best setter, maybe the player of the year. Should take away the maybe. The player of the year in the country along with Brett Schuer.
He is a professional level setter playing in college at this point, Jakob Tele.
His collegiate opponents wish that he was being paid somewhere overseas right now in Italy or Russia, not playing against them.
He's getting paid next year.
He is indeed. UC Irvine at 18-10 lost the 2 regular season meetings against the Rainbow Warriors in Hawaii. Underway, Akil Tongator, the 6'2" senior out of Pacific Palisades, back to serve. And loaded with weapons, Guilherme Voss, 6'7" junior out of Rio de Janeiro with a kill.
You're going to see a number of attacks by Voss in the middle. The connection between he and Tele is so perfect that they're just going to be not defendable at the net. It's going to be over the top of whoever is in front of him.
Jakob Tele, 1 ace away from setting the all-time record at the University of Hawaii. Sani going off speed, net violation. Good cover by Irvine, net violation by Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii in black.
Number 11, Sani is a key for Irvine. They need a little bit more out of him in this match. He's been underutilized for a number of matches in a row. If he has a big night and you get the same play from Eno, then it is going to be a UC Irvine kind of evening.
Back to serve Maxim Grigoriev, 6'4", freshman out of Walnut Creek, California. Best 3 out of 5 sets. First out-of-system look. Spiros Hakas is dug off the left side. What a good swing down the line and another brilliant start by Ilir Eno. 6'8", sophomore, as you mentioned, out of France, all Big West first team.
And you notice all he did was take a close step. He did not have some sort of big, wide approach. Even with a ball way off the net, he will stay close to his attack spot. He needs a half a step step and a half, and he'll crush it.
22 of 34 last night against Long Beach, one of the best blocking and defensive teams in the country, and he just shredded the 49ers to go along with a couple of aces as well. Dimitrios Mouklias, 6'6" junior out of Greece, 3.9 kills per set, hitting just under 400. There is Hawkes, last year's most outstanding player in the national championships. That ball set a little bit too wide, but when things are going well, as they are for UC Irvine, and he taps it down.
Not only can he kill balls out of system, high balls, but in system, this is a really tough play. They run that 3 go over the top with him frequently.
Number 11, Sani out of Bethesda, Maryland, back to serve once again, 46 aces so far on the season. Ball set very tight. That is a nice slam dink straight down the line. David Niffen, now in his 12th year on the sideline for UC Irvine, did not exactly like that no call, thought it was a throwdown.
And No's got to get there. He has to get that. The ball is tight to the net. You have to get your left hand on that ball and not allow a player to just throw it straight ahead. We're going to have our first challenge. There is Charlie Wade, two-time defending national champion, now in his 14th season. 27-5 last year. And we're going to have a challenge. Coach Niffen from UC Irvine is challenging in or out, so we'll have our first look. Well, that's going to end this challenge from our perspective.
That ball looks like it's right on the sideline. Any part of the ball on any part of the sideline. And if you are incorrect with your challenge, you lose it. So you start the match with 2. You basically have an infinite number. As long as you are correct, you just keep rolling on with those challenges.
We saw Irvine win a ton of challenges last night, both ways. They won challenges from Long Beach and their own.
Charlie Wade once again done a fantastic job over in the islands. 2019, 2022, the Big West Conference champions. And there is David Niffen, longest tenured coach here at UC Irvine, and the Anteaters, through the course of their distinguished history, have won 4 national championships, and he won one in his very first season on the sideline in 2013 after taking over for John Spera, who won 3. 2007, 2009, and 2012 before Coach Spera went to his alma mater at UCLA. Call stands, and so UC Irvine now to 1 challenge.
I don't like that challenge, but
it's too early, and you got to get some help. I thought the ball was in, and it was close. It's very early. Those challenges are very, very valuable as Voss goes back to serve.
It's incumbent upon the players to be smart about the challenges as well when they petition their coach for the challenge, because coaches trust their players to know some of the information that happened on the court that maybe they couldn't see. You as a player have to be honest about what's happening. You'll see frequently with touches at the net, a player will turn around and say, "Coach, yes, I did touch it. Don't challenge it."
Absolutely right. To exemplify the value of those challenges, here is Ino. Boy, Teller looked like he was way over on that particular play. Yeah, that's a good call by the official.
It's a bad contact anyway.
Yeah.
I'm all for getting rid of doubles, but I still think you shouldn't be able to lift it, and that's a lift.
Sergio Gonzalez is the first referee, assisted by Tony Chen, and Joe Lloyd will be handling the video replays. Ino's serving numbers are crazy. Number 1 in the nation, 86 aces, and he serves in a lot, only 98 errors.
And there it is.
Nice job cutting it off. He did that last night against Long Beach late in the match.
He does it all the time. This is absolutely part of his attack repertoire. And young players out there and other college players watching this match, you need to do this. The USA national team needs to do more of this. It absolutely works.
As you can tell, and as I mentioned, Hawaii has traveled very, very well. They get huge crowds, lead the nation in attendance over at the Stan Sheriff Center in Honolulu. Ino again. Slicing it off again, but that one caught the top of the tape. And Chaz Galloway wearing number 1 in black off the edge of the block.
Paul, to your point about the travel, Hawaii had to fly to Phoenix and then to Los Angeles International Airport. They couldn't fly into John Wayne because all the flights were booked. People have actually traveled from Hawaii to here for this match, and it affected the team travel for the Rainbow Warriors.
Mentioned Galloway, 6'3" junior out of San Diego. 9 of 13 with no errors against Santa Barbara, playing his best volleyball right now. Right back at you with the ace. That is Muklias. That's his 34th ace so far on the year.
And he takes a little off this one too, so this is a little bit placement and a little bit of taking it off so it dives earlier. You come up with a shorter trajectory to the floor and right between two players.
That was the 88-mile-an-hour fastball as opposed to the 97, or is it 107 now? 6-5 is the early lead for UC Irvine. Campbell is dug. And straight down the line, but out of bounds. That missed by Galloway. Connor Campbell, 6'7" junior out of San Diego, middle blocker. And speaking of blocking, that is one area where UC Irvine was really, really solid against Long Beach State. 12 total blocks, way above their season average in just 3 sets. Dig down the line is missed by Sani. Got to make that play.
What you have to do is take advantage of the fact that you got Hawaii out of system, which is what just happened there with this pass. You have to win these points if you're an opponent of Hawaii because they're just too efficient the majority of the time.
That's a pretty good swing, but Sani, Francesco Sani, as mentioned, 6'8", would love to have that one back. Galloway hitting 297 on the year, but in the Big West Conference play, 10 matches, hitting 400. Galloway trying to track that down, but Tongator, that is a really good swing and a really important swing because he's filling in for the very, very capable but currently injured Cole Gillis, who averaged almost 2.7 kills per set.
And Cole Gillis, talking to the coaching staff, he's available if they need him, but they did not need him last night. So far, they don't need him here in this first set.
And they did not need him in the opening round against CSUN either. Combination play on the Bic. Galloway, once again, beautiful delivery in combination by Jakob Tella.
Yeah, Tongator is way outside. He's not even going to be a part of that block. That's where that ball went, just inside, wrist away by Galloway. Tongator telling his teammates that was my fault.
Oberlin with the serve. And to the outside through the block, dug by Galloway. Oh, what a beautiful play by Sani, slowing down Muklias on the right side.
Long Beach State, #1 blocking team in the nation, out-blocked last night by Irvine in a huge way, and as the match wore on, the Anteaters got even more of a bead on Long Beach's hitters. They're going to have to do the same here.
UC Irvine served exceptionally well last night in upsetting the second seed 49ers of Long Beach. Do they have to have the best serving performance all year against Hawaii tonight to have a chance?
I'll reverse it for you. They have to serve well, indeed. But what they have to do is not get aced. Talking to the staff again for UC Irvine and talking to Hawaii, one of the things about last night was UC Irvine gave up 0 aces in the men's game. That's a huge deal. So for UC Irvine, it was all about, can we pass a 1? Right? It doesn't have to be a perfect pass on a bomb serve, which Hawaii is exceptional at, but you have to be able to pass a 1 versus getting aced and give yourself a shot out of system.
Jakob Tella. Every time UC Irvine can get past the rotation when Tella is serving, that is absolutely a positive for the Anteaters of Irvine.
I love this start for Irvine. If you're the home side, if you're David Niffen, you are stoked on a 10-8 situation midway through set 1.
Grigorev, boss again. A lot of really good passing right now by Hawaii. That's why they are so exceptional and because they're so talented.
Check out this connection, the height of the attack and the tempo of the attack. It is simply perfect. That's the when you turn around and go, all right, we're going to side out because that play was really nice.
Both teams really good offensively. Hawaii hitting 500. Look at Irvine, 5 of 7. No errors, over 700. Shank pass. First time they've been aced so far.
Well, you're touching on percentages. The last 2 times these teams have met this season, Hawaii hasn't shut down the offense of UCI. The Eaters hit .396 and .341 in losing performances. I think that's a little bit dangerous for Hawaii. They have never really gotten to the attack of UCI.
Back-to-back aces and a fantastic serve that time by Spiros Hakas. 35th and 36 aces on the year.
And that's a little bit of a right-hand lead there, like in boxing. Comes on you so fast down the line, just straight ahead. Reduces by a couple of milliseconds the amount of time the receiver has to react. And when you can lace the ball straight down the line, that is a nightmare.
Timeout called by UC Irvine. Hawaii back-to-back aces. Here's tomorrow's Sunday night baseball matchup, the series finale at Oracle Park between the Mets and the Giants at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown just underway for the Big West Conference Championship and the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament coming up. Back with Kevin Barnett. I'm Paul Sunderland. And serving is huge for both of these teams, and look at the aces so far on the night after UC Irvine, as you so rightly pointed out about the theme of this match early on. Irvine was not aced once last night by Long Beach State.
If I'm back there serving from Hakas, I'm going up that line again. I'm not going to go cross court at the libero. I'm going straight ahead, keep the pressure on, you know.
Good pass by Power. Free ball chance. Perfect pass by Seward. Wide open net, and that is quintessential Hawaii when they're controlling the ball.
The problem is they just have too many weapons, and Tella does an excellent job of recognizing throughout that play Irvine had gotten spread. That is an easy kill. It looks like some sort of deep court operation going on. And they're warming up for a practice.
Hakas is doing an outstanding job at the service line. Momentum now with Hawaii on a 4-0 run, leading it by 2. Sani looking to go over the top, looking for the touch. And Hawaii and Hakas are saying that ball was out of bounds. The official called it in. Charlie Wade, like you were talking about, David Niffen consulting with his players, and we're going to have an early challenge from Coach Wade and Hawaii. They're challenging ball in or out or touch off the block.
I saw Tony Chen indicate a touch as the call. And they're challenging in or out, Paul. You're absolutely correct.
That was a really good swing by Sani, looking to go over the top of Voss. Looks like the rotation of the ball, to me, Kevin, changed a little bit.
They have the benefit of being able to zoom in and look at different angles, and they don't always have the same angles that we have, but the setup here tonight for the championships and throughout the weekend has been that they have access to both the TV angles and the replay angles, the static cameras.
Yeah, DV Sport, and as mentioned, there's an individual video replay referee. That is Joe Lloyd, who was also in that role last night in the semifinals, and he will communicate the conclusion of this call. Remember, UC Irvine already without one of their challenges. They challenged in or out right at the very beginning. It was 2-2, I think, beginning of this 5-set match, and the challenge was overruled.
So in this match, Paul, for those that have not been following the whole season, for Hawaii, win or lose, they're going to the national championship scenario. They're going to the playoffs, right? UC Irvine must win in order to get in. They will not get an at-large. There are 2 at-larges available, but they are out of that equation.
I agree with that. UCLA up 2-0 right now at Stanford. Other than this match, all the others have been decided. Ohio State qualified out of the MIVA. They're an automatic qualifier. Penn State beat Princeton, and King out of Tennessee beat North Greenville.
And the team that's watching that UCLA match closely is Long Beach State, who has a very good case for an opportunity to play as an at-large. As we see, UCLA has now won 3-0. So Long Beach State, they're going to be an at-large.
I agree with that scenario completely. I think Irvine, when you look at their resume, currently they're number 9 in the RPI. That does not get you an at-large bid with the teams out there. Long Beach has a much better resume overall, in spite of the fact that David Niffen and the Anators upset Long Beach last night.
Well, there's going to be 2 at-larges. Right now, I'll tell you, one of them is going to be Long Beach.
Yep.
If you have a UC Irvine victory here, Hawai'i is the other one. So
I agree.
The Grand Canyon Lopes are cheering right now for UC Irvine, hoping that they get to practice this week to end up going back east.
This one has taken a while.
And this is my complaint with the challenge system. I love that it's here. We're getting calls right. We saw a bunch reversed last night properly, but it just takes too long. Yeah, we're well over a minute here, and you can't delay the game. There's nothing happening here either. We got to run some sausages or something like up in Milwaukee. Get the Cheeto race up here on the big board. Do something. The crowd goes dead. We lose all the momentum in terms of entertainment. Not okay.
All right, so the challenge by the University of Hawaii is overruled. So now each team with a challenge remaining. As long as you're correct, you keep it, and the call will stand. Sani will continue to serve. Opening set here at UC Irvine.
So they brought in a blocker now on the UC Irvine side. They're going to bring in Darcy.
William Darcy, 6'10" freshman out of Brisbane, Australia.
And this is the first part of a 6'2", one of the rare situations where you see a men's team utilize a 6'2". They don't yet have the setter on the floor. They're going to go without a setter for this one. But I would expect that they're going to sub in their backup setter, their second setter for the next 3 rotations.
That is Dylan G, 6'1" junior out of Cupertino, California. And this double sub paid big dividends last night against Long Beach State. Here is Sani again. Irvine trailing by only 1 now. What a pass that time by Sheward. Dug by Power, but out of bounds. Magnificent first reception.
And here comes the second half of that sub.
There is G on the floor wearing number 9 in gold.
So G is 6'1", and Joe Carlos is 6 feet tall. They're trying to keep, at least for a few rotations, their front row larger.
Keone Tim, serving specialist for Hawaii on the floor, 35. 18 aces, 35 errors so far on the season. Free ball to Hawaii. And Galloway again, perfect delivery that time by Jakob Tella.
It's not always about can you shoot the ball to the pin. Can you set the ball straight up and down when you just ran 25 feet to the ball? Can you set it on a vertical to let him come in and do that? Yes, you can. Jakob Tella showing his excellence, and Chaz Galloway, such a smart swing with power off the block, out of bounds, giving direction at the point of attack.
Galloway now 4 of 5. Another ace. That's 4 already on the night for Hawaii. Keone Tim, 6-foot junior out of Honolulu, doing his thing.
I said at the start of this match that Hawaii has played like the confident 2-time champion they are. That extends all the way to their 2 serving subs, Keone Tim being one of them, in crucial situations, managing risk, and having success. Really impressive all season long.
And another service ace. Yeah, Irvine has already used 1 timeout. They need to take another. The run continues. Tim coming in and putting the wood to it. And at least for the moment, while Hawaii has the momentum, it sounds like a match in Honolulu.
Well, Tim is shredded, and he is absolutely shredding the UCI service reception with angles and power.
8-1 run now for the University of Hawaii. Only losses on the year, 27-2. At home, they lost to Penn State, an outstanding team that has advanced as an automatic qualifier, and the other loss when they split at home with Long Beach State. 7 teams in this year's tournament. It will expand to 12 next year. The opening matches take place on the 30th and the 2nd. The semifinals on the 4th. The number 1 and 2 seeds get an automatic pass, or bid if you will, into the semifinals.
Kind of a goofy format. I'm happy to see it go away. 12 teams has been approved. It still needs to be funded. But talk to most people that think it's going to happen.
Well, I certainly hope so. You see the host is George Mason in Fairfax, Virginia. Take us inside Irvine, and how do they adjust now? They handled Long Beach State serving last night, and they are excellent, but not so far at all against Hawaii.
And Long Beach State is not the serving team of Hawaii. I've seen Hawaii from even in the fall put on an absolute serving exhibition. I went to a match in the fall featuring Hawaii. It was the single best serving I've ever seen in a collegiate match. The amount of pressure and the lack of errors is what makes Hawaii unique and why they typically blow up on teams right at this point. Middle teens, if you can't stay in touch, you can't win a set. You lose 4 or 5 points, it puts you in a really bad deficit, and Hawaii typically takes control right at this moment. If I'm UC Irvine, if I can go to 4 receivers, I do it. I haven't seen them do it yet. If not, we're right back to talking about passing ones. Be aggressive with the ball. Don't make it perfect. Just have it in the air on your side.
Look at the arms on the team from Hawaii wearing black. Galloway, Muklius, Tim, Hakas, and even Guillermo Vaz. Oftentimes, middle blockers are not particularly strong servers. He's got a bomb as well. Guillermo Vaz, 6'7" junior out of Rio, second-team All-American last year. Hoagland out of the middle. Hawaii is absolutely rolling as the run continues, now on top 17-11.
Outstanding awareness from Tim, too, as he came in and handled that free ball, because there is no libero on the floor. It's your job. After you serve, get in there and play that free ball. You have to make sure that that's your responsibility.
Tim looking to continue a 9-1 run, and that was really, really good serving. Going to be interesting to see how Irvine adjusts, if they can, to all of this weaponry from the service line. Much deserved a round of applause for the serving sub who came in and really did a nice job.
It's about a willingness to play a role and play it well.
Pass right on top of the net. Campbell's got to put that ball away. And high flat once again off the top of the block. Dimitrios Muklias.
You have to put those opportunities away because Hawaii is so lethal in transition. They give you no room for second chances.
Muklias, 33 aces on the year, 80 errors. Galloway into the cross court, right on the sideline. Serving, block defense, and back row defense in transition. Perfect so far for Hawaii.
Yeah, on the money. Tele able to locate that ball fairly well, right on the sideline from Galloway. And Hawaii has the fortune of having the best setter, but also 3 outside hitters who are almost identical. The ball that they hit, the speed with which they hit, the agility and range that they show, all 3 guys are extremely similar. Makes the setter's job even easier.
Number 30, Stefan Vartigov, 6'3" freshman out of Sofia, Bulgaria, on the floor right now for the Anteaters, trailing 19-12. He's going to get an early swing. And another. That's a really nice response. Out of the back row, Hilaire Eno. Campbell, middle blocker, will go back to the line. Connor Campbell, 6'7" junior out of San Diego, as mentioned. Irvine's been aced 4 times already. And it's more than just that. We talk about the aces, but they have been out of system when they have, in fact, received a ball, just a one pass, if you will.
And Hawaii's been themselves. Very difficult to handle from the service line and lethal in transition.
Every starter back off the team that swept Long Beach State at UCLA last year for their 2nd straight championship. Really good dig and perfect in transition again for Hawkes.
Here's the thing about Hawaii and serving is Galloway's going to step back again. Talking to Charlie Wade, he said, we're about how, not where. Doesn't matter who you serve, and I love this because it's on your side. You hit your best serve. He's fortunate enough to have guys like Galloway whose best serve is going to be better than the reception. Doesn't matter who you hit. If you hit your best serve, I like our chances.
8 digs already for Hawaii, most of them or a lot of them by Galloway. All alone into the cross court once again for Muklias.
Tella fakes an attack here, but he can't actually attack this ball. Oh, I take it back, he can. I thought Sheward was over. He could attack that ball. I thought Sheward's left foot was on that line, but in the replay it was not. Sometimes you got to be aware of that. You'll see Tella unload once or twice in this match.
Muklias now with 3 kills on 6 swings, and that ball's missed out of bounds. Adjustments on the side for Irvine. They've used both of their timeouts. They've used a lot of their subs, and a lot of people might not know, women's college volleyball, which you see a lot, 15 subs.
Per set.
Per set. Men's college volleyball, only 6.
Right. Yeah, it's the international rules. The men's play by that. The women make up their own rules. It's more of a participation thing over there on the women's side, I guess, get more players involved. I don't think it's great. I think you should require people to play all the way around.
Big block, trying to gather some momentum. Number 23 out of the middle, Grigorev, along with Sane on the outside.
So the way to shrink the outside hitters is through service, right there. The moment you get Hawaii off the net, you bring their outside hitters down in size.
Second block so far for Sane and Irvine. The first was very, very early. Weak serving attempt that time by Darcy.
They're going to start to unwind the double sub here. If I'm UC Irvine, I go right back to my starters, start the match over, because you were in it midway point of this set. You were up 10-8. You just have to get your reception right. It's all about reception.
It has been an onslaught since then. Kanai Akana, 6'5" senior out of Honolulu, into serve. Free ball coming to Hawaii again. Perfect first contact. Where are you going to go? And a big break for Irvine as that ball is missed out of bounds by Muklias. A very rare error.
You see what he just told the center? See what he just told Tella? Give me the ball. We'll see if he does it here. Because he knows that was a good set and he blew it. He was very demonstrative about that. And then he said, give it to me.
Hit 354 last year, hitting almost 400 this year. Oh, a beautiful read. Good block that time by number 23, Grigorev.
Grigorev's only 6'4", but dynamic. Watch this. Quick read, up and over the top of the ball. He was an important part of that block performance last night.
12 blocks last night against Long Beach State, 4% in that sweep. And another.
How often do we see this? This is important for Irvine. They're not going to win this set. They're not going to come back. Sorry, Eater Nation, it's not happening. But these plays, these blocks, the end of the set to kind of reverse some of the momentum of the match, absolutely huge.
4 blocks right now for Eno and UC Irvine, none so far for Hawaii. That ball set a little bit tight, but handled very nicely by Hawkes, Spiros Hawkes. By Sheward. That ball set a little bit tight. Sane, the first block for Hawaii.
There is no quit in Hawaii. They don't relax. They know they're up big in the set, going to win it. They hustle to get into a 3-man block, and that's what finishes off this first set. Setting carried it for sure, but that's the exclamation point on set 1.
Big West Championship, automatic qualifier into the NCAA tournament. #1 seed Hawaii, the two-time defending national champions. Very impressive, 25-18. Look at 5 aces, hit 407. That will get the job done.
5 aces, the huge difference, and they all came at once almost. It was just a pile-on right there in the middle of the set for Hawaii to take control. Put UC Irvine on their back foot, but they got stabilized towards the end of that set. I like UC Irvine coming back in this second. They're not really feeling a huge momentum deficit heading to the 0-0 of this second frame.
Nucleus with 4 kills on 7 swings, a couple of errors. Tim came in and did a fabulous job with a couple of aces, also Hawkes with 2 aces. And for Irvine, having to make some adjustments right here as far as getting into good serve receive, and they put Cole Gillis, 6'5" redshirt junior, into the lineup. He's missed the last couple of matches. Last played in Hawaii, and he hasn't played since with some knee soreness. It's not an injury. I mean, obviously he's got something going on.
Yeah.
I spoke with both coaches, and they said that having not to use him in the first round and the semifinals really helped them get him some rest and treatment and rehab going into this match. And so Cole Gillis on the floor now for UC Irvine. Tella to serve first. Nicely done. Illyrio, opening kill of the second set.
There it is. You just have to fight it off, right? Fight it off high, mid, and with Joe Carlos, he can set a quick off that ball. That's really not a 2-pass. That's a 3-pass still for the talents of Carlos.
You know, 3 of 5 so far early in this match. Irvine now hitting 318 to 407 for Hawaii.
318 is not a bad number.
No.
By the way. That's a good number. You can work with that.
Well, as you talked about the numbers when these two teams played in Hawaii, it wasn't as if Hawaii shut down Irvine offensively. Irvine's numbers, as you hit 341 and 396,
yep,
and lost both matches 3-1 and 3-0. Really good dig by Grigorev. Oh, that ball. The reverse paddles.
Ridiculous. Positively ridiculous.
In a good way or bad way?
In a great way. Yeah, I mean, this is insane. You'll get 3 or 4 of these plays per match with Jakob Tella. There were a couple of matches, a couple of sets last night that even before the ball got hit, I was just like, dude, really? Really? You just made that play? Whew.
That ball missed out of bounds by
Hawaii came and played at this building in the fall so they could get a little bit of action in the building, be familiar with it, because Jakob Tella had never played here. He looks quite comfortable, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Reverse pickleball paddles. Do I have to go to the pickleball paddles?
I mean, please. You only play with one, though.
That's true. That is true. Having never played pickleball, I don't know. That ball is blocked. A block by Hawaii late. Closed the deal 25-18 in the opening set. Guilherme Voss, 1.1 blocks per set. Sane, smart shot that time off of Galloway. Throw down the line.
Now, Paul, I've kind of made fun of this building occasionally with it being the longest yard gym version. It's all concrete, it's kind of gray. But I'll tell you what, it is a perfect volleyball building. The air conditioning works, which is a bonus if you ever played in Europe. And there are no backgrounds. The backgrounds are really nice for receiving. There's no scoreboard back there, there's no windows. Ceiling's nice and high, and the Jumbotron is present for the fans, but much higher above the court than, say, in a place like Hawaii. It really is a wonderful place to play volleyball, and the fans have turned out. What terrific atmosphere. The Big West has been so stoked on men's volleyball since it came in 2018 as a sport. When they got 6 teams, they were just waiting. They've won the last 4 national titles, the Big West. You know the other national titles they've won? 2006. With Santa Barbara's men's soccer
team, yeah, I saw that note.
That's it. And 1 individual track champion in 2012. How else you get 4 national titles to the conference except for men's volleyball.
We have Long Beach State back-to-back in 18 and 19.
Yep.
No championship in 20 because of COVID. And then Hawaii wins in 21 and 22.
Right, Irvine with a track record of success. Hawaii with a track record of success. We go back to the late 90s. I mean, look, get in the game. Other conferences, it's open. The door is open. You can be competitive.
As mentioned, UC Irvine has won the national championship 4 times in their distinguished history. UCLA with by far the most. With 19, Galloway ripping down the line. Galloway now with 6 kills on 7 swings.
And they will exploit that matchup. You said over Carlos all day long.
Galloway looked like he was looking over at one of his opponents on the Irvine side. Said, no, you didn't have that one covered. Here's Voss. Perfect pass by Power. And speaking of power, Sonny down the line.
All right, we talked a lot about Jakob Tillez. We're talking about Joe Carlos, transferred from Pepperdine to UC Irvine, and he has powered the offense of this crew. They have 2 outstanding outside hitters or pin hitters who wouldn't be what they are without Joe Carlos. An absolute winner. At maybe 6 feet tall, won twice JOs, 3rd time lost the championship as a junior. The kid just plain wins.
Chance for Irvine. Got to get this done out. Assist. Oh, look out. Number 11 in the gold jersey, Francesco Sani, 6'8" junior out of Maryland. Exploding down the line now with 5 kills.
Yeah, and they need him, and they need this. Look at the delivery from Carlos, just talking about his capability. An absolute spot-on delivery from 12. Reminds me of the Giorgi brothers over in Italy. Diminutive, but it doesn't matter. I don't care how tall a setter is. I care about where he can put the ball.
They know that ball up into the top of the tape. Had a magnificent season serving with 86 aces, #1 in the nation.
Too often, coaches will go for height rather than setting capability. Even if the setting capability has gone past the height difference for the other player, they wait until that gap is huge before they go playing an undersized setter. Look at Irvine. It's instructive. Last year to this year. Joe Carlos, difference maker.
Feeding Sani here and a little overly aggressive and missed that ball out of bounds. Early in the second set, want to ask you a little bit more about the national scene. Talked about the at-larges and what potentially will happen. UCLA is the automatic qualifier out of the MPSF. Are they the equal to Hawaii in terms of being complete?
I think so, but in a different way. They're 2 very different teams. UCLA is undefeated in warm-ups this year. They are big all the way around, and they could really field 2 teams of exceptional talent. I mean, look, they lost their #1 setter.
Right.
He went off to the beach. What do? They throw in an unbelievably talented freshman who is ready to captain the helm there. UCLA and John Spraw, if they're going to come up with a national title, they've been so close in years past. They should have beaten at Pauley Pavilion Long Beach State many years ago. They should win this year, at least in terms of looking at their talent. This is the year for them. I think it's them. Hawaii are really the favorites for that national championship.
Talking about Miles Partain, who was the MPSF Player of the Year last year. He decided to leave the Bruins. And then Andrew Rowan, the freshman you're talking about, came on and they haven't missed a beat.
And is Penn State healthy enough to factor? Of course, they have a victory over Hawaii earlier this year in Hawaii. They could get in there and mix it up. I don't know about the MIVA. It's been a really competitive year for the MIVA, but I don't think that Ohio State's going to win the national championship.
Cole Hoagland, 6'4" junior out of Waimanalo. Part of the national championship last year with a kill out of the middle. That's a good shot. Really good swing by Cole Gillis. They have missed him. 2.6 kills per set, hitting .329 on the year. First action so far of the tournament.
And beat up Hawaii pretty good. Charlie Wade was wondering where he was. Here he is in the second set.
Back throw, quick combination once again to Galloway, exploding on that ball.
This is a setter making choices. How many times have we seen an open net for the Bic? That's at least twice.
7 kills now for Chaz Galloway. The reception for Hawaii right now is really superb. Making all of those options possible and making life easy for Teller. Good block touch. Not a very good first contact. Hawkes smartly off the edge of the block and down away from Gillis.
Confident and aggressive even on a system here. That is a very deliberate swing by Hawkes. I love that. Takes about 70% of the juice off of it, but gives it direction.
5 kills now for Hawkes. Voss and Hawaii out-hit UC Irvine 407 to 286 in the opening set. To go along with 5 aces, winning the opener 25-18. Nucleus off the edge of the block.
I call a timeout right now.
You called it, and Irvine needed it. Second set, Hawaii leading 1-0 and up 10-8 in the second. The NFL draft begins in less than a week, April 27th, 28th, and 29th. And we'll have every pick once again on ESPN along with our usual expert analysis. It's also available on the NFL Network, and ABC's coverage focuses on the prospect's journey to the draft. All 3 days are also live on ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. I'll be very interested to see who the Rams pick, and I know you'll be very interested to what happens with your Eagles.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they keep using the Tennessee Titans as their AAA club, taking all the talent.
Chaz Galloway talked about how well he had played so far, not only through the Big West tournament. Yesterday he was 9 of 13 with no errors in their easy win over UC Santa Barbara, but hitting over 400 in Big West play, way above his season average overall, and on the night 7 kills on 9 swings.
What you're getting is a full view of who Hawaii is. Relentless and near perfect in a lot of phases of the game.
Chance again here for Irvine. And talk about that. Nice block by Grigoriev. I wasn't looking for that, but pretty aggressive swing by Hawkes on the left.
Yeah, pretty aggressive. And last time we watched him do something really smart with it. Here he's just going into the seam. And he's trying to go high. That's not a bad swing. That's just Max with a better block. Being up high, having his hands, his eyes open, and putting that ball back down. You
mentioned Maxim Grigoriev, undersized at 6'4" in the middle. He's got 5 blocks right now. What a good delivery by Jakob Tella. Unquestionably the player of the year this season.
Sure. He typically goes to a hitter, but I think he is the best setter and probably the best position player in America. So, yeah.
And also what he does from the service line. He puts on a lot of pressure, as does his teammates. Perfect pass by Power. And that ball tucked nicely inside by Ino. Kevin, you play. I didn't play so much in the jump serve era. I played in the dark ages. You played in the middle ages. How much of an advantage for Ino and along with Jakob Tella being left-handed in serving?
Yeah, I think it's a huge advantage because you don't see it enough. Although I continue to see it more and more in the conferences out here, the MPSF as well as the Big West. But you put reverse spin on the ball and you can cut it with a lot of different movement. That's what makes the difference. If you don't have it in your gym, it's tough to play Tella.
Oh, look at that swing. Coming back to the 3-meter line that time by Nucleus after a really good and acrobatic swing by Ino.
Okay, footwork, confidence, and then crispness of contact. Watch his feet here. Quickly, little approach, and then unloading at the moment of attack with a nice crisp contact. Smartly done.
Nucleus has gotten better all around. He's really grown up. He's worked on his body. He's stronger and faster and really, really tough. Nice play down the line by Sani.
But strangely not heavier.
No.
I asked Stevie before the match tonight, I said, did your dad look like you? When he was here, it was, yeah, exactly the same. Just super skinny, wiry, strong. It's impressive what he does with the ball at his slightness of build. I think he's going to play a long time. That's going to work out for him, take a lot of pressure off the joints.
I agree with you. The game physically seems to come quite easy to him. It's not a lot of really hard work and heavy-handedness in terms of the way he attacks the ball.
He's smart about how he attacks.
Yeah, Darcy coming back on. Longtime assistant coach Milan Zarkovic was really singing the praises of Nucleus to me before the match. Galloway looking high hands, missed that ball out of bounds. 12-11, make it 12-12 now.
So Sani's been in a good rhythm serving the ball. Zot, everybody. Yeah. I got a nice picture with the Anteater last night.
I didn't see you post it.
Oh, I didn't post it. Private chat group only.
8th tie so far of the second set. Sani back at the line. We'll give you his numbers in just a moment. 6 kills on 14 swings. And a service ace as well.
That's huge for the Anteaters that Francesco Sani is feeling it from the service line, because he's hit some bombs in this one that have not resulted in aces. Hawai'i has managed to handle them. He's just got to keep at it.
Timeout called by Hawai'i. One of the big deciding factors in the opening set. Again, won by Hawai'i 25-18 were those 5 aces. And then now coming back with a total of 3 behind Francesco Sani with the ace. 13-12, timeout is called by Hawai'i. Week 10 in the XFL continues tomorrow afternoon. The Renegades host the Roughnecks at 3 Eastern on ESPN, with the Vipers and the Sea Dragons at 7 Eastern time on ESPN2. Both are also available on ESPN+. Back with Pepperdine All-American and 2-time Olympian Kevin Barnett. I'm Paul Sunderland. And right now, UC Irvine trailing 1-0, but on top here in the second, 13-12. Here's the ABCA poll. UCLA right there. Hawai'i on top. Penn State a winner earlier. Long Beach State, you think for sure that they will be a wild card, and then on from there.
Absolutely. Long Beach State's going to get in. And with a Hawai'i victory here, Grand Canyon is going to get in with the other at-large. Despite getting shelled in the MPSF tournament, Grand Canyon has put together quite a good resume. They're up in terms of RPI. They are quite high in terms of RPI. I believe they're at number 5 right now. So they are above the other teams that would be in consideration. If you think about a Stanford who made it, they're at number 11. Or UC Irvine, they're at number 9. Ball State at number 8. Of course, they just lost the MIVA. The BYU would be in consideration. They're at number 7. And Grand Canyon owns the head-to-head against several of those teams. So if you're a fan of Grand Canyon, you are cheering for a Hawai'i victory here at the Bren Center.
And Grand Canyon, if I'm not mistaken, got UC Irvine not once but twice so far on the year.
Yeah, Grand Canyon has put together quite a resume. They defeated UC Irvine twice, they defeated BYU twice, they defeated Ball State, they defeated Princeton. These are all the teams that have been close to consideration. They lost to Stanford twice, but their RPI is 5. We just said Stanford at 11. That's going to carry the day.
And the bracket will be announced tomorrow. NCAA.com at 1 Eastern time.
And keep in mind, the last 10 matches, which is a consideration on the women's side for at-large, not a thing on the men's side. Which is weird to me that you just throw out the tournament and say, well, Grand Canyon, you didn't perform in the tournament, you're out, bring somebody else in. It's not happening.
Momentum, opportunity. Oh, big block. 3-man block, and Ino would like to have that one back.
Generally speaking, Ino does an excellent job of getting around the ball. Here he does not. He still tries to go line. Not a terrible swing, but generally he's around the ball a little bit more and can drive it more straight ahead rather than trying to wrist away so hard when it's inside.
Yeah, that ball was left way inside by Sani, but look, you know, you got to deal with what you've got, and that was a hitting mistake that time by Ino.
Well, also you got to know you're setting a lefty on the left. You can push it out a little bit more. There aren't very many lefties on the left.
Leone Tim had 2 aces in the opening set and really gave Hawai'i a lot of mid-set momentum. Perfect pass this time. And Darcy on the outside, and the double sub comes back on. Dylan G, the 6'1 junior, coming on as well, wearing number 9 with a good delivery to the outside.
Now, this is a physical UC Irvine team. When they handle the ball, you're looking at a front row that's 6'7", 6'7", 6'10". Ridiculous. That's why I liked UC Irvine for that match yesterday. They can play with anybody in terms of their size at the net.
Yeah, really impressive. Took out Long Beach State 25-21, 25-17, 25-20. And what they did to them is that ball was missed out of bounds. Long Beach State hits 340 on the year. They were held to 159 yesterday.
And you put it the right way. It was what UC Irvine did. It wasn't what Long Beach made mistakes or was there, but no, it was what UC Irvine did. They took it to the beach.
And David Niffen spoke with he and Ryan Ammerman before the match. Ryan Ammerman an NCAA champion here with John Speraw back in the early 2000s. They said that was by far the best match that Irvine had played on the season. Right side to Muklius. Little doubt where that ball was going to go from Jakob Tella.
We got there fast. Opens up a lot of court when you can deliver an accurate fastball.
Muklius is 7 of 10. Galloway 7 of 11. As a team, Hawaii is hitting .395. Another block. Irvine had the better of it blocking, but this is a really nice adjustment. Cole Hoagland on the outside.
Yeah, excellent patience from Hoagland. A little undersized, going to be playing professionally next season. He has Japanese citizenship on his mom's side, so looking to play professionally in the D-League.
What a dig. Beautiful play in the back row by Hawkes. Smart shot. Recycle up into the block. It's going to be a net violation. Hoagland's down. Got tangled up with one of his teammates. Chaz Galloway wearing number 1 in black.
What a reaction. This is what makes Hawaii a really dangerous club, and the two-time defending champs, they are a complete team. They're not just going to overwhelm you at the net with their offense or with the speed of their offense. They play the whole game. You'll see time and again their middle backs picking up tough, over the top or off the top of the block plays.
17 digs for Hawaii, 9 for Irvine.
Hey, but who's leading?
Irvine for the moment, 16-15, but trailing 1-0.
You have to convert this. You can't give them another chance.
That is a very good set to the outside, and Cole Gillis off the right.
All right, UC Irvine has to be efficient down the last potentially 7 points for them in this set. They need to be efficient like that. If you get an opportunity to win a ball in transition, you must put it away. If you give Hawaii 2 chances, they're going to win one of them. Rare that they miss both.
Charlie Wade was worried about Gillis if he was able to get healthy because he played well against them over in the islands in those 2 matches, and he's already given Irvine a lift with 3 kills. Dealing with a knee injury, capable of playing. It's given him some problems and slowed him, but it looks pretty good so far on the evening. Here's Galloway. Not so good on that one. Better blocking by Hawaii.
We talked a little bit about Joe Carlos being out there and kind of a deficit, a good matchup. Not the case with Jakob Tella.
Both teams with 5 scoring blocks. It was Irvine with a big early lead in that category, but Hawaii coming on. That one is missed by Galloway.
I like the idea, just not the execution there.
Hawaii, 5 aces, 5 service errors. You take that ratio anytime.
But those 5 aces were all in the first set.
Yep, they were. Irvine's done a nice job, as you pointed out, Kevin, making sure that they don't get ace, get a contact, get a swing
Passing
every
ones.
time out. Ball set way too far inside, but a much better swing. Going high flat that time is Cole Gillis.
Starts with your feet. Cole Gillis did the right thing in closing underneath the ball there and allowing his arm to be in a good optimal attack position so he can get enough steam on it to chisel.
That ball missed just out of bounds on the floater. Irvine leading 19-18 if you're just joining us. This is for the automatic qualifier into the NCAA tournament coming up the beginning of May at George Mason. Hawaii won the opening set there. The defending national champions and the defending Big West tournament champions. They won the opening set 25-18.
You know, it almost wasn't, Paul. It almost wasn't.
Akana on to serve. Boy, that is such a good block. Voss on the outside along with Tella. Finish your thought about it almost wasn't.
Well, you remember last year at the Big West Final against Long Beach? It was a tough match.
Yep.
An extremely tough match. You know, for Hawaii, we talk about how incredible they are, but it was nearly over for them in the semifinals of the national championship as well. It was 3 straight deuce sets in the Big West Final, right? To defeat Long Beach, and then nearly lost to Ball State, who went up 2-1 on them, and then Hawaii won 15-11.
Yeah, both of the semis last year at UCLA were very, very competitive. Long Beach surviving against UCLA, and then the match you just mentioned.
Well, Long Beach was down 0-2 to UCLA and won 16-14 to get back to that matchup against Hawaii, that rematch in the final.
Off the top of the tape. Oh, nice stab by Stewart. And then that ball off the block and out of bounds.
That looked in. That looked in to me. But I don't have a good angle on it. I like this challenge. I didn't like the last one. Dave has the green card.
That was a bang, bang play. Remember, Coach Niffen already used and lost one of his 2 challenges. Got to challenge this.
Okay, if this challenge takes any more than 22 seconds, then we need to have a little meeting.
I've got my watch.
December,
I've got my watch on it right now.
We need to have a meeting in December, wherever they're going to hold this meeting. Joan Powell, this needs to be a lot quicker because the crowd knows already.
Remember, the ball was called out. Oh, the ball's in. I mean,
yeah. It's not close.
No.
By replay standards, it is not close.
Yeah, that's going to be a 2-point switch.
All right, 21 seconds. Well done. Well done.
21.7. So with the challenge successfully upheld for David Niffen and UC Irvine, it's now 21-19. Gillis, that left knee, heavily bandaged. That ball is right on the end line.
We're about to find out a lot of things about Hawaii. They are under pressure finally.
Hawaii does have a timeout remaining. Gillis has been really good since coming on. Missed that one just out of bounds. Wow, that was a big miss. With Jakob Tella now, the best server for Hawaii, going back to the line. No aces so far in this second set after having 5 in the first. And missed it out of bounds. He's been off a little bit so far from the service line. Once again, tied all time in Hawaii history with 121 career aces. Stefan Vartigov, the 6'3" freshman who played sparingly in the opening set, will come on and serve now. Big moment. Smith missed before. Got to keep this in, Kevin.
Yep, has to be in.
And missed it out of bounds on the jump float.
They missed 4 of 6, I believe, down the stretch here. It's close to that. Somebody can go back and rewind it, but something like that, 4 of 6. They have too many service errors at the end of this set at a time where they're winning rallies. They're winning rallies. If you got to go full picnic bump, then do it, but make Hawaii play. You're bigger at the net.
Hakas now serving for the Rainbow Warriors, trailing 23-21. Good first contact. And flailed out. Oh, look at that. This is going to be interesting because that ball was in the air for a long time.
It was.
In spite of the fact that it's 30 feet out of bounds, the point's not over until the ball actually hits the ground. And there was a net, somebody in the net. Or at least that's what Irvine is contending.
Yeah, that's Muklius out there on Eno. On the way down. He's in the net on the way down.
Yeah, so we're going to have a challenge. Once again, that ball way out of bounds. Of course, it was going to be long. but it does not matter. The point is not over until it actually contacts a spectator, and look out below or the floor well beyond the court.
Right, this isn't the old NFL where that ball was uncatchable, so there's no PI, right? That ball, it can keep traveling, even though it's out of bounds. If it's over the playing surface, this is still a live play. I think he's in the net before that thing touches the ground. Now, whether you can prove that or not is a whole other question.
Yeah, I don't exactly have a camera angle 35 feet beyond the court, but so this will be a difficult one for the video challenge official. But from my eye, and watching that part of the replay, I think that the net occurred before the ball was down.
The ball's still in play.
Yeah, I thought so. Boy, talk about a critical challenge. Both teams with one challenge remaining. That ball was called out of bounds. Irvine now leading 23-22, depending on whether or not the call stands.
This is no different than if the hitter tips the ball, and it's obviously out of bounds, but it's still in the air, and it's much closer to the, to the actual in area of the field of play. And the ball is still in the air, and you net. That is absolutely a net. Here, the argument's going to be made, well, that ball is not playable, it's gone, it's not ruled out of bounds until it either clears the blue or touches somebody. Then the play is over.
Agreed, and that was a really good analogy. Just because the ball is traveling so far out of bounds, doesn't matter.
Still in the playable area, still a live play.
David Niffen anxiously awaiting, and a net violation is called. Yeah, that's good work by the officials. And we agree that that's the right call. And look at that, 24-21, another 2-point switch. Not once, but twice, good use of the challenge.
So I like what Irvine has done here. They weathered that storm of the first set. They have continued their level of play they opened the match with throughout this entire second set.
And Cole Gillis has made a big difference coming on and given some more offense to Irvine. Irvine was 18-10 on the year, 6-4 in conference. Hawaii, another superb season, 27-2, 9-1. Since 2015, Hawaii has been the winningest college volleyball program in the country, with last night their 200th win.
Well, speaking of sustained success, Paul, Penn State, who won the EIVA title earlier tonight for the 35th time. So congratulations, Mark Pavlik, on your continued excellence there. A 10-0 conference record and another trip to the NCAA tournament.
Timeout is called. Mentioned that Hawaii had a timeout remaining, and they have just used it. Well, we've got a moment. Here's tomorrow's Sunday night baseball matchup. The series finale at Oracle Park between the Mets and the Giants at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Second set, all Rainbow Warriors, the two-time defending national champions, won the opening set 25-18 behind 5 aces, and a really good response by UC Irvine, currently number 9 in the RPI. So, Kevin, you've said it straight out. This is a must-win for Irvine to qualify for the 7-team field in the NCAA championships.
Yeah, and an interesting approach to that this morning. Serve and pass. Hawaii out here full team, serve and pass in the building. For UC Irvine, it was 100% optional. David Niffen not here. 2 players showed up, and that was it. Everybody else, do your thing, whatever you need to do to get ready for this match. And so far, I think that's worked for Niffen and his staff.
And weathering the storm is exactly right, Kevin, particularly with all those aces. And also defensively, Irvine has been so much improved, holding Hawaii to 238 hitting efficiency in the second set, only siding out at 56%.
And they've won the serve and pass battle. They have their aces in this set while not giving up aces as they did in the first set.
Hawaii hits 375 on the year, second in the country to only UCLA by a few percentage points. Set point number 1. Oh, what a block! Connor Campbell not getting a lot of help on that back row combination. But the 6'7" junior out of San Diego shutting the door on the second set.
Connor Campbell looking like last night, where he stuffed Long Beach and then gave him a long stare down, which I love. A little bit of back and forth in a match. We have a little back and forth going on here in the Big West Championship. UC Irvine playing tough at home. Tied at 1 apiece.
Big West Men's Volleyball Championship coming your way from the Bren Center at the University of California, Irvine, Hawaii. Really impressive in the opening set, but what a turnaround for the third seeded Anteaters. 25-21 to even this best 3 out of 5 set match. At a set apiece. Back with Kevin Barnett, I'm Paul Sunderland. Well, quickly, what turned it around for UC Irvine?
Hey, sometimes volleyball is a simple game, right? Win the serve and pass battle. Whenever you ask somebody, what's the key to tonight's match, before you go, well, we have to win the serve and pass battle. It's boring, but it's true. And so they gave up 5 aces in the first set, did Irvine. In the second set, they did not give up any aces, and they put the pressure on Hawaii.
In the third set, we thought that Gillis did a very nice job in adding some offense. He also did a nice job from the service line. I mean, it's a time to start things over, so both teams are going to have to adjust. First it was Irvine, now for Hawaii. They hit under 200 in the second set, didn't side out well at all.
Right, and part of that was the UC Irvine block. So if you're Hawaii, you want to try and keep the ball high and obviously pass better on your side. But I'd go to a little more Bick. That's been open and wide open a number of times. I try and run my offense down the middle of the floor more often. You're going to need passing to do that, but you often hear coaches talk about running down the middle of the floor. That's both quick, and you can vary that in position, but also running the Bick over the top of it. Don't just make it a pin show.
Offensive attackers. I mean, Hawaii is absolutely loaded with them, but Francesco Sani has done a really nice job on both pins so far for Irvine. He's got to keep that going.
Right, and he also has to keep it going from the service line. Early in this match, he wasn't getting aces, but he was bombing from the service line. Hawaii was picking him up. They need a lot more from Sani. They can't have a pedestrian night from him. They're going to need a lot of extras from him. So if he hits north of 350, Paul, picks up a couple of aces, more than he already has at this point, and blocks, say, 3 balls, Irvine could win this match, assuming that Eno stays at his level. Sani is the key for the Anteaters.
Sani so far on the early evening. We'll get you what he's done. 6 kills on 15 swings, also added an ace. And how about for David Niffen? A couple of key challenges. Now, they were not necessarily hard calls to challenge, but very, very importantly used and good for the game getting the calls right. You see the numbers through 2 sets.
Yeah, it's creeping closer. Hawaii really dominated that first set. So for UC Irvine, I'm looking at Sani's number, but he's 6 of 15, but he has 3 errors, so that's 200. I need about 150 more points over the next at least 2 sets.
Hawaii hits 407. Amazingly, just slightly above their season average in the opening set, but as I mentioned, under 200. To be specific, 182 in the second set. So really nice job done by David Niffen, and now it is Charlie Wade's turn to respond. Outstanding head coach for Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors, in his 14th year in Manoa.
And you were talking about percentages. If you look at the attack percentage for UC Irvine, they hit 286 in both sets. The difference on the first set was 5 aces. That's it. That's it. They cleaned that up, and the result went the other way.
Grigorev will start things off. Hawkes down the line, but Connor Campbell, or Sani, was caught fishing in the net. These teams played twice during the Big West regular season, both matches in Honolulu. Irvine was good offensively, but Hawaii was spectacular and won the matches 3 sets to 1 and 3 sets to none. Eno missed that ball out of bounds.
They love to run that play. Carlos loves to deliver the ball with a 3 with the middle, where they're almost next to each other in attack, and give the ball to Heno up over the top.
Heno now with that error, 4 errors on 15 swings, 7 kills. Again, last night was spectacular against Long Beach State, 22 kills on 34 swings in just 3 sets. That's a really good swing. Muklius, high and flat, snapping off the top.
Okay, Muklius is the finish to this, but it starts with the block move. Guilherme Voss read that play. Again, those 2 hitters right on top of each other, and Voss made a quick reaction just to get a touch. You can't get a stuff there, but you can definitely get a touch that created that opportunity.
Muklius now with 9 kills.
It's quality middle blocker play by Voss.
That ball into the block and straight down, stuffed by Hawkes. Setting mistake, I think, that time. Ball set too tight by Joe Carlos, and an early quick timeout called by David Niffen in UC Irvine, and he immediately goes to his setter to have a conversation, number 12 in goal. We'll quickly step aside here at UC Irvine. Big West Men's Volleyball Championship, 3rd set. The NBA playoffs continue tomorrow afternoon on ABC and the ESPN app. The Cavs and the Knicks tip off at 1 Eastern with the series tied at a game apiece. Then the Warriors host the Kings. Sacramento up 2-1. The countdown crew begins our coverage at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Paul Sunderland here at UC Irvine. Really good crowd on hand. And the airlines are very happy because thousands, it seems, of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior fans have made the trek over from the islands.
Oh, we heard from USC coach Brad Keller, who's enjoying this match. He's flying back. He's on the aircraft watching live TV, enjoying the Big West final.
Quick early timeout, but I thought it had to be taken. I thought that was a good move by Coach Niffen. Good pass by Gillis. Oh, good cover. What a cover that time by Tella. That's a setting error. That ball set well outside the antenna. And Elir Ino couldn't do anything with it. Quick 5-0 lead.
There wasn't much he could do with that. That should go down as a setting mistake in kind of those sorts of things, because there is nowhere to put that ball.
Couple of big plays. The cover off the block by Jakob Tella.
Huge.
And then Muklius with a fantastic block touch, creating the opportunity. Boy, tough swing. Hakas into the deep cross-court corner.
Just merciless and lethal, Hawaii. They generate the opportunity, get a soft touch, and they don't need extra opportunities. They're not going to give you the ball back if you give them an easy opportunity. They're going to terminate it at over 80%. That's the hallmark of a winner.
We talked about all the weapons on the floor for Hawaii. Muklius with 9 kills, Hakas with 7, Galloway with 8. Hoagland getting into the action as well with Voss.
Yeah, that's fun offense, isn't it, when all your pins have the same amount of kills?
This Hawaii offense, either in serve, receive, or transition, is a thing of beauty when they're in system.
There's nobody else. You give Tella at that point. We talked about a setting error earlier. I think you get a setting bonus point when there's nobody up.
Hawaii won the opening set behind the strength of 5 aces, 25-18. Good response by Irvine, coming back to tie it, 25-21. I'd say free ball, and Hakas with a smart shot. Little rainbow waterfall inside the Irvine block. And Irvine is going to use its second timeout. Used one at 4-0, using their second and final timeout of the set at 8-0.
I said we'd learn something about Hawaii after that second set. I think we're learning that they are who we thought they were.
Irvine cleaned up their serve receive. Give them credit. They played very, very well in that second set to even the match. But now Hawaii is asserting themselves again. Look at this back-to-back trend going all the way back to 2012. Irvine twice, Loyola Chicago twice, the Buckeyes twice, 49ers, and now the Rainbow Warriors. And can the Rainbow Warriors make it 3 in a row with this incredible group?
I said I think UCLA should win, that this is their best chance to win. This is their best team. Yeah. Will Hawaii win? Yeah, it could be. I think it's going to come down to a UCLA final if everything plays out back at George Mason.
In Fairfax, Virginia, the opening rounds of this 7-team tournament for the NCAA title will be held on the 30th and the 2nd, the semis on the 4th, and the finals, Kevin and I will be there on the 6th of May. That'll come your way on ESPN2.
And that's the matchup I want to see, Paul. I want to see the contrast of Hawaii versus UCLA.
A little bit of a roller coaster for Hawaii, but once again, give Irvine a lot of credit, holding Hawaii second in the nation by just a few percentage points to UCLA in hitting efficiency, 182. But look at this, 625 for Charlie Wade so far in the third.
I asked Charlie Wade, I said, what was your biggest challenge coming into this year? And he told me that he was having to make sure that the kids gave their best every day and know that even though they're the two-time defending champions, just doing what you did before is not good enough. You have to continue progressing. You have to give more in order to stay there, in order to get back there if they're going to be three-time champions.
If they would win 3 in a row, they would be the first team since UCLA in 82, 83, and 84 to win 3 in a row. The Bruins actually won 4 in a row during that stretch. That ball is out of bounds. A rare transition setting mistake by Hawaii, and Irvine is on the board.
All right, for Irvine, don't try and get it back with this serve. Sonny's been in a good rhythm. He doesn't have to hit it any harder than he's been hitting it. It's been tough. You don't have to do something outlandish here. You don't have to score 7 points on one play. Grind, just grind, play to play.
And Sonny misses that out of bounds. We talked about how well he played last night. A little bit of a struggle so far. Hawaii is really focusing in on Ino. 7 of 19, 5 errors, 105.
Right, and we mentioned that Irvine was not bottled up by Hawaii in those previous 2 meetings, but they did a pretty good job on Ino in both of those nights. They had somebody else hurt them.
Chased by Hakasa. Really good effort by Hawaii. Everybody chasing, everybody trying to keep the ball off the floor. Here is the aforementioned Ino. Maybe he can get something started. A couple of aces. You mentioned just bring some real service pressure. A long way to go in this set, even though Hawaii with a big lead 9-2 to start the third. Got to put that ball away.
If you can reach it, you got to hit it.
6'10" Darcy wearing number 5 in gold. Cover attempt by Sheward. A nice block on the outside by Gillis, along with Connor Campbell.
Yeah, if you get another overpass here, you got to just put it away. You can't rely on getting the stuff blocked.
7 blocks now for Campbell and Irvine. 8 for Hawaii. Good pass by Galloway. Off the edge of the block. Thought it was into the antenna first. Nucleus wants a challenge. Thought that it was off the block and then into the antenna.
And Charlie Wade looked to his bench, who of course is further down. They tend to creep out a little bit, so they're looking kind of straight down that line as that attack happens. He looked to his bench for that call.
So there will be a challenge by Hawaii. The initial call was the ball out of bounds.
It's tough to tell from there whether it hits the left hand first. Yeah, I believe that's off the hand. It looks like that ball makes a right-hand turn. That's not back and to the left, Paul.
Right. Challenges
That's
have been
forward and to the right.
Yeah, challenges were very important for the success of Irvine in the second set, which they won 25-21 after dropping the first 25-18.
I think this goes Hawaii's way. And these bang-bang plays are really tough for the officials. Yep, and the call is reversed. It goes Hawaii's way. It's really tough for the officials because the play is happening right on top of them at either of the pins. If it's a question right at the pin, it's very difficult because of that distance.
I thought, as you described it, I thought that was the right correction and good use of the challenge once again by Charlie Wade, now in his 14th year at Hawaii. Block touch again, this time by Hoagland, and in transition, Tella to Muklius.
You don't have to hit the ball full speed all the time to get kills. Watch Muklius, keeps the ball high and just pulls it back inside the block. This is a nice location at about 75% of what he's capable of. Getting the ball to the floor more quickly with an angle rather than speed.
Just sustained pressure from Voss and Hawai'i. If you're not siding out, you're not passing perfectly, they are a tough team to put away, as evidenced by the block. Hoagland, number 7 in black, with the stuff.
Hoagland's a little bit late, but he just keeps digging. And we've seen that with this team a couple of times. That run earlier that did not turn into a second contact all the way by Hawkes off the corner, right? But he kept digging after it here. Hoagland, same thing, just kept working. Ends up with that soft stuff block.
A battle of blocks. That ball missed by Voss. And speaking of Cole Hoagland, 6'4" junior out of Waimanalo, he was the only Rainbow Warrior not to make first team All Big West. And people were not happy about it. He fills a big role, hits .527, averages 1 block per set. Solid compliment to this star-studded lineup. Rare setting mistake by Tella. And really good cross body. Got to get rolling if you're Irvine.
Yeah, it's going to have to be this lefty on the left, and in this case, lefty out of the middle back. Paul, how many lefties on the left can you think of?
Lefties on the left.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that for a while.
I have one you should come up with out of the list. I'll give you the other two.
That ball deflected off the block and out of bounds.
The other two are Angel Dennis,
yes,
Cuba, years ago. Ross Ballard of Canada, Cuba, or of Canada years ago, about the same time period. There's one more who's current. Famous lefty on the left, plays for Serbia.
Oh, that guy.
Uros Kovacevic.
Uros Kovacevic. Said he's
Kovacevic, I think, if we do it properly.
Good pass by Power. Muklius with the dig. Ball settling. Oh, good read. What a read that time by G. Power again.
Are you not entertained?
How good was that?
Oh man, this is like last night. They're just fun volleyball, high-level volleyball. You're talking about 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation in one conference. What an outstanding rally.
Big lead in the 3rd set for Muklius and Hawai'i. Look at Muklius hanging in with a near dig. Rocketing out of the pipe.
So this is a little bit different, Paul. I was having a nice chat with Ryan Ammerman, who played here at UC Irvine. He's been an assistant this year. He's going to be at Maryland on the women's side next year. And we're talking about, in his era even, the teaching on defense was get low and be still at the moment of contact.
Right.
Now, you're going to be a little more upright, be athletic, and ready to react and move. And it turns out, letting it flow like that, a lot better way to play D.
Galloway, who was really explosive in the opening set, quieted in the second, now with 8 kills on 14 swings.
If you're Hawai'i, for all the excitement that's gone on here in the gym and cheering in decent plays, you're still sitting on a very comfortable lead.
27-2 overall, 9-1 in conference. Only blemish was at home, losing to Long Beach State. Missed by Galloway.
Former head coach for Pepperdine on the men's side, current assistant at Texas, David Hunt, checking in. He says Slitka for Poland, also lefty on the left. Thank you, David. Good call. I love when people check in on the broadcast.
Absolutely. But they always text you. I never text me.
Thanks for playing along, kids.
Back row combination again.
Did I say I wanted a little more Bic?
Back row, quick combination. What makes that play so hard to defend?
Well, Tella does such a good job of distributing the ball that everybody's a threat here. You freeze the pins because you've been going so fast to the pins and so often. You've been spreading it out to everybody. And so you have those outsides thinking about their pin responsibilities. It's really hard to get back at that tempo to the middle of the court.
How about Galloway? Not only with the kill on the Bic, but also with the perfect reception to set it up and make it possible. You know, with a two-hand slam dink through the Hawai'i block. It has been all Hawaii. They went out to a 4-0 lead, then 8-0. Irvine had to burn both timeouts. Now it is 16-8, doubling up. Ino now in double figures with 10, but has got to up his efficiency. 10 kills, 22 swings, 5 errors, hitting 227. Irvine now on the evening, hitting only 221 to Hawaii's 368. Grigorev. And that ball drifts over the end line. UCLA has automatically qualified. Ohio State, Penn State, King out of Tennessee in Conference Carolinas, and now the only piece to be filled of the automatic qualifiers will be decided right here tonight at the Bren Center.
Yeah, Matt Worley at GCU feeling good about this, although nervous. No control. It's tough having no control of something. Needing a win from Hawaii for GCU to continue their season.
.68 junior Francesco Sani will go back to the line. Sani now with 8 kills on 19 swings, also with an ace. Irvine's got to have every one of these opportunities in transition, and Sani cuffs it badly out of bounds.
Well, this is a tough set here, but a great moment for men's volleyball and Big West men's volleyball that were on ESPNU, that it's a nationally televised game. Ryan Rock Perot got home in time from the MIVA, championship to watch this match. He's checking in, and it's being widely viewed. But here's the rub of it, and I don't like this, all right? The men's national semifinal is not on television. It's unbelievable.
That ball missed out of bounds by Guilherme Voss. A break for Irvine.
It needs to be on.
100%.
The quality of matches last year need to be on.
Pretty good pass by Schuert. Oh, wow. Chaz Galloway at only 6'3", high flying over the top of the block. Now with 11 kills.
6'3" might be generous. I've been watching this kid since he was a junior in high school. Just in warm-ups, unbelievable. I mean, his elevation is north of 45 inches, which in a sport of jumping human beings is otherworldly.
And he is really a good volleyball player.
Absolutely.
He defends, even at 6'3", he blocks his position, he serves well, and he is an expert receiver. First team all Big West. 6 of the 7 starters for Hawaii were first team all conference. Sani and Ino were the first teamers for UC Irvine. After a very, very impactful start, Keone Tim and his opportunity to come in and change the tenor of this, or add to the lead for Hawaii. Missed a couple of serves in the second, in the second and third sets. Really good in the first with a couple of aces. Vartigov on to serve now for Irvine out of Sofia, Bulgaria. That ball off the block, but still in. Pretty good attempt that time by Joe Carlos, wearing number 12 in gold for Irvine against Galloway.
All right, we're going to go to a 4th set here, and Irvine's going to be playing for their season. Those tight balls to the net, get up, take a cut. I've seen a couple of balls that Irvine has been tipping or trying to throw or roll or whatever. When that ball is tight, go down swinging.
And once again, looking at the national scene, irrespective of Irvine's really impressive upset win over Long Beach last night, they are in a must-win situation. Their resume does not qualify them for one of the at-larges.
No, but they're going to get a chance to respond in the fourth set. We already saw him take one punch in the first.
No, agreed. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
just reminding folks watching,
Yeah.
as this battle continues on, Hawaii with a 27-2 record, they're third in the RPI. Irvine is ninth in the RPI. That's why they're in the situation they are. Absolutely must win in order to advance to the NCAA championships coming up at George Mason the beginning of May. Galloway on the night, 10 kills, 17 swings, 6 digs. And now his first ace. I was about to say the only thing he hasn't done was rack up an ace. And those totals continue to grow for the Rainbow Warriors.
So sometimes you take a little bit off.
Yep. Hawaii was red hot from the service line in the opening set with 5 aces, but that was their first since. In complete control of this third set. Sonny is roofed on the outside. Remember, Irvine is out of timeouts. If you're wondering, this set is long gone. 23-12.
Now the combination of Tilla alongside Hoagland, they have done some work on that right side of Hawaii, shutting down the outside attack.
Yeah, Jakob Tella, 6'6", along with Hoagland at 6'4". He is a dynamic blocker on the pin.
Yeah, 4 or 5 stuff blocks for them in the last set.
That ball's up by Stewart. Stewart with a couple of wonderful plays defensively, but the block comes out on top for Irvine.
Excellent timing on the block that time. See the penetration happening, maximum vertical and maximum position with the hands at the point of attack.
9 blocks now for Irvine. Cole Gillis, who's been dealing with a sore knee, missed a couple of matches early in this tournament, and it's one of the 2 matches over in Hawaii. Came on in the second set and really helped to give Irvine a lift. With a perfect pass. Haven't seen much offense from Jakob Tella. Hadn't needed it, but it's available, particularly on the perfect reception.
Everybody's used to seeing him attack the ball, turn and swing. Doesn't always have to be that. It could be a traditional dump.
Akana on to serve once again. He and Keone Tim, the serving special. Look at this crowd from Hawaii. That ball's still alive. And not anymore. Good reaction by Power, but off the block and out of bounds. And just a dominating performance by the top-seeded Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, 2-time defending national champs. And you saw another example why.
You don't learn a lot about teams when things are going well. You learn about teams when things are not going their way. In the second set, Hawaii got put under a little pressure. Things weren't going their way. UC Irvine was playing steadily volleyball, putting pressure on the 2-time defending national champs. Third set response says we're ready for a third title. Hawaii's 1 set away from getting that chance.
All Hawaii in the third set. They got out to a quick 8-0 lead. Irvine was out of timeouts, and you said it, Kevin. How does a team respond? Well, it was Irvine's turn in the second set, but what a job by Hawaii in the third.
Well, look what's going on here. Look at the focus from Chakas in the huddle. That kind of focus, that kind of dedication. When you're up 2-1, business. We're doing business here.
Here are the total stats for the match so far. Irvine being held down, but as an example of that, hit 0. It's 0 in the third set, only sided out at 45%. Hawaii at 4-14. That was a really, really solid, comprehensive, impressive performance by the top seeds. Now, once again, the onus on UC Irvine. Came in as the number 3 seed last night. They set the number 2 seed Long Beach State 49ers 3 sets to none. very impressive. But when you look at the numbers, Sani and Ino were really, really good, particularly Ino last night against Long Beach State. But tonight, Hawaii has done a job on them both. 19 kills on 46 swings, 11 errors, hitting below 200 as a tandem.
Right, they've been asked to do a lot with a lot of out-of-system balls against Hawaii because of the steady serving pressure that Hawaii puts on everybody. So it's a much more difficult proposition facing the Rainbow Warriors than anybody else in this season, particularly from the service line.
Jakob Tella still looking for his first ace, which will put him first all-time at Hawaii. That's a tough ball. Pretty good push, but that's going to be called a lift.
You got to hit it.
On Sani, yeah.
I'm sorry, you got to be more aggressive than you're being at the net right now. You're 6'8", you jump high, close your feet to the ball, and get up and take a cut at that thing, all right? I don't care that it's inside and tight. That ball's plenty high enough. Do a little bit of work here. Plenty high. Look, he jumps to his left. Sani jumps to his left. No, you have to close with your feet, and you have to hit that thing. You have to be in a position to hit that thing off the blockers and out of bounds to your right. That is not enough effort, not enough technical capability put into that play by Sani. That is not going to get it done in this match. You're going to end up down again if you continue to be passive at the net.
Biggest adjustment that Irvine made in the second set. They did not get aced. And also they hung in the very early stages. That's another unforced error. Covered by Ino.
Hit it. Fine, that's fine.
Taking swings, but Hawaii's block up to the challenge.
Welcome to the stand, Sheriff East. Las Vegas is known as the Ninth Island, but right now, that island is located in Southern California.
I had to think about that for a second. I don't think about Orange County, California being east of anywhere.
I'll tell you what, that's excellent blocking. If I'm UC Irvine, keep swinging. Higher, harder.
Back to Sani again. Missed it out of bounds, no touch. And just like in the third set, a quick early advantage for Hawaii. It was 4-0 in the third set before Irvine was forced to use their first of 2 timeouts.
And they used their first 2 timeouts before we hit 10 points because they were down still at 0. I bet Dave Niffen calls another timeout if this goes 4-0 here.
Yeah, that early 4-0 lead. There's a break for Irvine, getting Tella off the line, but a very solid start getting Irvine out of system. That 4-0 lead grew to 8-0, and then that third set was never a contest, 25-13.
Yeah, the only thing missing here with this very pro-Hawaii crowd is a guy courtside in a bright orange shirt.
I know of whom you speak.
Yep.
What a job defensively for Hawaii, holding Irvine to 138 efficiency at this particular moment. Irvine on the year hits 319. And as you pointed out, and we talked about in the early stages of this match, when Irvine lost twice over in Hawaii, it wasn't for lack of offense. They put up good numbers. Not tonight. That ball blocked down against Muklius.
So here's what you do. If you keep swinging, right? That ball swung hard by Eno. Good play, but it's dug by Hawaii. You force Hawaii to make plays, and it may be that Hawaii makes the plays, like that 3 straight blocks. It may be. It's an excellent team. They're the 2-time defending champs for a reason, but you have to make them do that.
Got to make them play, find some way to put pressure on this outstanding team, and you do it from the service line. That's a good start. Ball set, tight and inside.
Got to win this one.
They know. Yep, must have. Every opportunity must have.
That play right there looks like last night. This is how they hurt Long Beach. You see again, they're going quick over the top of that 3 with Eno to the powerful left hand. Smartly done. UC Irvine again responding so far to getting knocked down.
They know now with 11 kills on 27 swings to get there, but hitting under 200 at 185 specifically. Hits 301 so far on the year. Just doing a little housekeeping, cleaning up a wet spot. That's a good pass, because that serve was absolutely bombed. Sani with a dig. And no again.
Strong response from UC Irvine.
Number 11, Francesco Sani, putting good service pressure on. Working on Galloway, and another good dig by number 11.
Oh, this is how you're going to have to play Hawaii. You play for touches, and you play the high over. Because they like to go high over, but not with a ton of power. Good defensive positioning by the Anteaters.
Galloway, wow. Surviving the heat from Sani and then just unloading through a three-man block.
It's a good serve. Yep. Passing ones applies for Hawaii, too. At times, you just have to pass a one.
And swing yourself out of trouble is what Chaz Galloway does now with 11 kills. Hawaii up 2-1. Here's Voss.
Does that play look familiar? I think we just saw it the other way.
But what is the response? And no, he's roofed.
I'm good with it. Keep up the aggression. Keep up the aggression. Don't get caught up in the fact you got blocked. Just be aggressive on the next play.
They don't. Oh, that's a good swing. Good response by Sani. Irvine's not getting much out of their middles offensively. I know they're having to deal with some service pressure in first contact, but it just seems to me that they need to take a little pressure off of Eno and Sani.
They got to pass the ball.
Yep.
They got to pass the ball. But Sani, nice job with that one. Flat, hard, very difficult to handle.
Well, Galloway does hang in. He takes a lot of pressure. That was a really good swing. Just missed out of bounds. A really high-quality swing by number 1 in black.
So I think there's a miss here by UC Irvine. They might get lucky with that ball being out of bounds. I would play the middle back over the top of Joe Carlos right now, because that's where he's been aiming every time with this matchup. He's been trying to go over the top of Joe Carlos. I would play my middle back to the right side a lot more than Irvine has been.
Carlos, the starting setter for Irvine. 6-foot redshirt junior. Other way to Nucleus.
That's a top shelf delivery again from Teller.
Nucleus now with 13 kills on 26 swings.
The whiteboard at the service line said, "Don't miss." Demi getting a good laugh out of it.
Oh, what a block. Hoagland, number 7 in black. Got a hold of that one. Leaping into the cross court.
Yeah, just a nice steady position. Again, Hoagland closing up so high at 6'4".
14 blocks now for Hoagland and Hawaii. 4th set, Hawaii leading 2-1. A miss by Nucleus.
He went back the last time after he served the ball in, and he looked at the girl who had the whiteboard and just said, "You know, write something else now." He's looking at it right now.
I got one in.
He's playing with the crowd. I love it. I love it. Here's the crew right there off the service line. That's great. That's good for the game. Well done by everybody.
Middle blocker Campbell. Perfect pass. And the first rip that Jakob Tella has taken.
Tella's hitting over 300 on the season. And he has a substantial amount of kills. I think just shy of 50 on the year.
First team All-American last year, 2 times a national champion, and the reigning Big West Player of the Year out of Norway.
Said he's going to play professionally indoors, not sure where, and then he wants to play beach after that. Grew up playing 50-50 as a kid. He's going to wait for the Volley Vikings to retire, he says. They're holding my spot.
Yeah.
Those guys are real good.
Norway has become a pretty impressive beach volleyball country. Sheward. Beautiful stab by the Hawaii libero. And a better swing. That ball over the top of the block. Charlie Wade confirms. Wonderful swing off the left side.
Sheward a few times with that right hand. He gets it straight under. He doesn't even pancake it. He's trying to actually lift it up, and he's getting it off his forearm. Sheward has that same never say die attitude with a number of balls. We've seen him be a difference maker, and a lot of talk this year about the role of number 4, him stepping into that role and him carrying a huge load throughout the entire season.
Also served briefly as the backup setter to show you how talented he is. First team all-conference 6'2" junior out of Newport Beach. Very nearby. 10-8 is the advantage for Hawaii. Not only are they the two-time defending national champions, they are also the defending conference tournament champions as Hoagland goes back to the line. Aces, 6 for Hawaii, 3 now for UC Irvine. Yeah, I knew that was trouble. A little bit of a low toss, and Hoagland tried to sprint himself through it, but missed it long. Irvine is right there, trailing by only 1. Good pass by Hawkes. One-on-one, fantastic delivery, but what a first contact by Hawkes.
Just have to fight the ball off. And he'll take that pass right in the middle of the court. All 3 options available.
With Muklius going one-on-one against anybody else in college volleyball, it's 99% down. Good pass, perfect delivery by Yakatela. And Eno. Not clean wood. It was very close, but I agree. I think that ball was out of bounds. Irvine players trying to lobby their head coach, David Niffen, to challenge, and he will. 1 challenge remaining.
And he consulted with Joe Carlos for that one. Carlos is going to set the ball and maybe had the best view because he's not the one in the action on that third.
The ball was initially called out of bounds, giving Hawaii the 12-9 advantage. Once again, Hawaii on the year, 27-2, only losses to Penn State and to Long Beach State. UC Irvine, on the other hand, 18-10, 6-4, but a huge upset win last night over Long Beach State in the tournament semifinals.
That was a nice fast challenge. I was settled in. I was going to go get a dog and maybe some popcorn for you.
No bun for me.
Okay.
No bun.
Yeah,
no
watch
bun.
your carbs, Paul.
Lots of mustard, but no bun. That's my Costco special. Good quick reversal, making it 11-10. Grigoriev. Joust coming, good response by Sani.
A smart response by Sani. Not every outside hitter in collegiate volleyball will hang in on this player, position themselves. Look, he recognizes it, follows it, tracks it, and gets right up in front of it.
What a dig by freshman Maxim Grigoriev.
He is good in defense. That is not an anomaly. Last night, too, multiple hard-driven balls, digs by Max.
Sometimes you give up a little in that one rotation where the middle blockers play left back, but not with Grigoriev.
Reminds me of David Smith a lot.
That's a really, really good comparison. Also played very successfully for UC Irvine. Smart shot up into the block and recycle, but Heno could not follow up on the play.
Now, this is a good idea. He just missed it. He hit a little bit too low, so Hawaii got more of it. He's trying to reset the player. He's not trying to get a kill, and I like what he's doing. You know, I want swings, but here he's going for a reset. He's trying to tap it in to the top of the hands and just get it to bounce back so he can get people back on the floor.
It was a very smart and correct try. A little bit better blocking for Hawaii.
Being aggressive doesn't mean hitting the ball hard every time, but it means being deliberate with your action.
I was thinking about Long Beach because Hano was so good last night against them. That ball two-handed, once again got a piece of Chaz Galloway.
All right, here's the moment, right? Not this particular serve, but this moment in a set. This is where Hawaii has been grinding people out. This is where they killed Santa Barbara last night. It'd be 12-12, it'd be 10-11. You look up, and it's 18-13. So right now, Irvine has to get themselves to 18 and be within 1.
You got the right man at the line. He has brought some real service pressure and misses this one. That's a big moment because Hawaii's coming back with Keone Tim, who had a couple of aces in the opening set. So again, if you're just joining us, Big Wed's conference tournament champion, automatic qualifier on the line for the winner of this. Hawaii won the opening set 25-18, Irvine the second 25-21, and then Hawaii dominated the third 25-13. Tim now with 20 aces so far on the year. Good pass. Sane is blocked by Galloway. He is a really good outside blocker.
Well, that one rattled around inside a cage. Watch it between his arms. It goes between both arms a couple of times before it finds the UC Irvine floor.
Uses some of that 45-inch vertical. A little bit swing block to the outside, gets way up and over in spite of the fact he's only 6'3".
Yeah, he's a fun watch. The whole UH team is a really fun watch.
That's no wonder they packed the Stan Sheriff Center over in Honolulu night after night after night.
Averaged over 6,500 this year per match.
And had a couple of sellout crowds of over 10,000.
First time since 1997.
That ball's outside the antenna.
Gotta keep playing, gotta keep going.
Yeah, that ball should have been called. Hoagland with a tap down out of the middle.
Agreed. Agreed. And you know what? Put the ball away and don't complain. It's over. You won 2 ways. Let it go. Yeah, Charlie, just let it go. Doesn't matter.
We've got a timeout here at UC Irvine. Could Irvine have one big push left in them? Hawaii is so good. Here's tomorrow's Sunday night baseball matchup, the series finale at Oracle Park between the Mets and the Giants at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN. ESPN to port this, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight, and that is the Sunday night countdown. Back with two-time Olympian and Pepperdine All-American Kevin Barnett. I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks for joining us. As we were going to break, does Irvine have one more push left in them? They're not that far out of it, but 5 blocks right now for Hawaii in this 4th set has really turned things in their favor.
The moment is now. The Brin Center is like a casino, Paul. I don't see a clock inside. I have no idea. There's no windows. I don't know if it's light or dark outside. And right now, the way this match has gone, the crowd that's here, I don't care.
That's a great call.
I'm having a fantastic time. I hope you all out there are. This has been a really fun watch with Hawaii and UC Irvine.
The final of the AQ's automatic qualifiers will be decided here tonight. Tap down by Ino to give you once again UCLA beat Stanford, Ohio State over Ball State, Penn State over Princeton. King won the Conference Carolinas in the 5th automatic qualifier. It's only a 7-team tournament, 5 automatic qualifiers and 2 at-larges. Ino now with 14 kills, but it's taken him a lot of swings and a lot of effort to get their 33 attempts, 8 errors. Hawaii has done a wonderful job on number 20 in gold, and that missed out of bounds. 11th service error so far on the night for UC Irvine. Sane, good swing, high hands. Really good quality swing for Francesco Sane now with 12 kills. Look on the other side. Galloway with 11, Nucleus with 15, Hawkes with 9. Irvine hitting only 158 so far on the night. Bill and G back on the floor and in the front row.
Right, he's in there in a regular position right now. He's opposite Sonny, so it's not 6-2. This is a straight up setter change. Different strategy in this fourth set from David Niffen.
Beautiful delivery, and Hoagland right there working hard with Tella.
Hoagland is 7 of 7. With 8 blocking assists. That is a outstanding performance.
I was looking at the box scores, and we were mentioning it earlier, between Irvine and Hawaii over in the islands. Both of those matches won by Hawaii. And you look at Nucleus, and you look at Hawkes, and you look at Tellen, and then all of a sudden you see that Hoagland in one of the matches was 8 for 11 with no errors.
Yeah, superlative.
The forgotten man.
That's illegal.
Sheward with a great reach. Sonny misses it out of bounds.
Here comes another test for Hawaii. Do you care about this play, or do you just let it go? Charlie Wade's going to come complain. I would just let it go. Don't say a word. It doesn't matter. You won the point. I agree. It should have been illegal. Let it ride. Now, he doesn't say much, which is good. And Paul, here we go. I said they had to get to 18 to be within 2. They are down 4. I think this is Hawaii's set. I think they punched their ticket, and we'll see them in Virginia.
Number 1 overall seed or UCLA? Or does it matter? Are those certainly 1-2?
I think people are wanting to give it to UCLA. I think there's some talk about, do you give the number 2 to Penn State because they beat Hawaii during the year? I don't think Penn State's entire schedule measures up. I think Hawaii gets the number 2. UCLA gets the number 1. And you go on from there. As long as those teams are top 2, I don't think either side has much to complain about. I don't like Penn State's case for number 2. Much as I love Mark Pavlik.
Everybody's got to love Mark.
In a sport full of terrific human beings, Mark stands even higher.
Hawkes is roofed. Freshman Gregorev now with his 9th block, having a big match for Irvine at the net, but they need more of it now. They're back within 2. A chance here. Nucleus just too good.
I love what he did there too. The moment that he got that kill, he turned and pointed at Jakob Tella, giving him credit for delivering that ball. And that is a really nice swing by Demi as well. To be able to turn the ball from inside to out, but straight down the line, that is a next level kind of swing. And with power as well.
Nucleus, the focus of Irvine's defense, but can't slow him. 16 of 29. Chaz Galloway, 11 of 21 as a team. Hawaii, well below their season average, so give Irvine some credit there, but still out-hitting Irvine 313 to 150. Kana back to serve. And misses that one into the antenna down the line. Grandfather was one of my coaches in the '84 Olympic Games, Tony Crabb. Volleyball family. Trevor and Taylor Crabb as well, his cousins.
I remember a trip to France, Tony Crabb was the head of delegation for me when I was on the national team. Working for Doug Beal back then, Tony.
Yep.
Good friends.
Doug Beal, the head coach, legendary head coach for the United States. Your coach in 2000 Olympic Games and in 2004. My coach in 1984.
Yeah, wild overlap.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, serves have to be in for Irvine from here on out. Make Hawaii play.
Hawkes with a perfect pass. Oh! Just unloading. Irvine a little unlucky. Ball caught the top of the tape. It turned into an easy chance for Hawkes.
Watch the threat here from Tella. Watch him. Little bit, just enough. And the delivery, a little push. That's like a push one. That's not a three. It's not a one. It's right in between.
Voss now 5 of 10, and look at Cole Hoagland, a perfect 7 for 7. So solid production out of the middle blockers. And no, with a good response, keeping Irvine in contact. Doug Dahm, 6'5" redshirt junior out of Danville, California, wearing number 7, has come on for UC Irvine.
Yeah, Joe Carlos back in there at the sitting spot.
Another perfect pass, good block touch. Got to have it. No, missed it out of bounds.
That's a killer swing. You're looking at 2019. You're right in it. Instead, you're still stuck looking up with 4 to go for UH.
After a really brilliant block touch out of the middle by Connor Campbell. That's a swing that Hilario will remember for a long time. Nicely done, coming right back. Got to have a short memory, just move on to the next play.
And you generate another opportunity here. Remember, Sonny missed last time. He's back at the line. He's been serving well from the start of this match. This one has to be in. I would take it 80%, hit it to a good spot, but make sure that you put a little pressure on UH, and UH here is going to strategically clean the floor.
The passing for Hawaii has been top-notch.
So the most success they've had is going line to line here and hitting Chaz Galloway, who is straight ahead from Sonny. Can he hit his serve right to that spot? Line to line, a right-hand lead to tie up the UH offense.
Libra Sheward in the middle, Hawkes in area 1. A chance out of system. They know, got the touch. Nice dig by Hawkes. What a good delivery by Joe Carlos. Within 1.
Said at the beginning, Eno does not need an approach to be effective. Here, he has no approach. He simply jumps straight up and takes an 80% cut at the ball and puts it out the end line.
Timeout called by Hawaii.
That is absolutely indicative of what number 20 can bring. He does not have to have a huge run up to the ball.
What a good fight and response by Hilario out of France, with 17 kills. Irvine trailed 18-14 and just hung around, cut it quickly to 18-16, and now trail by only 1. Irvine has both of their timeouts remaining. Hawaii uses this one now and have 1 more. Each team has a challenge. The Big West Conference started sponsoring men's volleyball as a conference in 2018. Hawaii won it last year.
And you go back a few years, Santa Barbara got in there in 21.
Beat UCSD. Hawaii beat Long Beach State last year. In 2019, Hawaii also beat Long Beach. And Long Beach beat Hawaii 3-2 in the inaugural season in 2018. You look at the coaches poll, Irvine is at number 5. They're at number 9 in the RPI. But so you've got 3 teams in the top 5 with Hawaii, Long Beach, and Irvine, clearly the strongest conference in the country this season.
No matter what happens here, Paul, either in this set or in the 5th set, UC Irvine has brought their best volleyball at the right moment in time, right? They've been a little bit up and down. They've been trying to figure it out. Ryan Ammerman said, listen, this is a team that has a lot of talent but hasn't won as much as some of the other teams. Hawaii established that those wins, that success breeds the confidence and the know-how to win in these situations. Irvine hasn't done it, but they can prove it right now. And prove it in the 5th set, they're becoming somebody here at the end of this season.
Number 11, Sani, will continue to serve for UC Irvine. Consensus played their best match. They, being the Anteaters, played their best match of the year last night, 3-0 over Long Beach State.
Joe Carlos in the front row. Let's see if they go to Galloway over all else. Or do you move Carlos to the left front? Do you hide him?
Don't know if Sani has it. Oh, an ace serve!
Doesn't matter.
Tied at 21. 7-3 run for Irvine.
That is a beautiful thing. Hard and deep into the court.
Look at all the real estate in front of Galloway.
Yeah, but I don't know if he has the cut the same way that Eno does.
Got the job done. Irvine just needs to side out here. 22-21 is the advantage. Hawaii 3 points away from back-to-back conference titles and the automatic qualifier into the NCAA tournament.
A perfect pass. I'd rather run back one go right now rather than the 3 go. I'd like to pull the block away. Freeze Hoagland a little bit further from the action on Eno. Don't worry about it, though.
An untimely miss by Guilherme Voss.
Yeah, Irvine's going to have to do this with Joe Carlos in the front row. 2 more rotations of it here.
Have Sani and now Eno back-to-back as servers for Irvine.
If I'm Hawaii, I'm looking for that cut.
There it is. Seward was on it. Oh, and blocked, but just out of bounds. Wow, a game of centimeters.
It's nice to know you've gone metrics, Hunter.
Of course. Connor Campbell was right there, but the ball deflected out of bounds. Muklius now with 17 kills on 31 swings. He and Galloway. Hawkes is the receivers. And how about that touch by the sprawling touch by the libero, Brett Seward? You knew that cut serve was coming. Irvine is right there. Must-win situation for Irvine to stay alive. Good pass. Galloway over the top. UC Irvine had the big setup perfectly, but it has not been a regular part of their offense all night long. And the time they go to it, a little bit of a misplay, and it cost them a perfect side-out opportunity.
It did, and then that matchup on the outside, they go right over the top of Joe Carlos. Instead, you need to play that middle back more to the right. Watch, Sani is late, so Sani makes this play here, and he backs up to play defense, displaces the libero. He just can't make that play in front of him. That's actually a much better spot. I thought he was still moving to his right. He's in a pretty good spot, but he's got to react to that ball and pop it up. And he ended up in the middle back just due to the way that the play had evolved and how quickly Hawaii got back on him.
So many Hawaii Rainbow Warrior fans have come to Southern California to support this team as they do in the islands all the time. And a lot of them, if this match is closed out by Hawaii, these same folks will be back in Virginia for the national championship.
Yeah, they're going to be getting some frequent flyer miles. Do you stay? Do you like just tour the United States, keep going east over the next 2 weeks, or do you go back and fly back?
Plenty of time to drive. The tournament's not for 2 weeks.
You can see the mainland right now. It's up to you.
Championship point for Hawaii and Charlie Way. Irvine has had opportunities late. Missed transition opportunity, and certainly on that back row quick side out. Timing just was not there. Match point, tournament championship point number 1. First things first. Dimitrios Muklias goes back to serve.
I'm setting Heno on the right.
100%.
Heno on the right here. Actually, he's coming out of the middle back, so I'm going to set him middle back if I can.
He's been good on the pipe. He was really good last night against Long Beach State. Joust is won by Galloway in Hawaii, and also won the tournament championship, and are headed back to the NCAA tournament.
We learned a lot about both teams tonight. We really did.
That's a really good point. You read my mind.
Hawaii is exactly who we thought they were. They're the two-time defending national champions, capable of winning a street fight, capable of taking the pressure of another team, taking another team's best match, and still coming out victorious, finding different aspects of the game to have success and win. And we also saw UC Irvine have their best team in years, play their best volleyball down the stretch, and get up a couple of times from some serious punches taken at the hands of Hawaii, and acquit themselves well in that fourth set to lose by just 3.
Hawaii returns every starter from last year's national championship team. They are loaded, they are talented, and they are together. And other than a couple of brief stretches, UC Irvine went toe-to-toe with Hawaii. They had chances here at the end to force it to a 5th set, but finally went down in 4 in the 4th set, 25-22. Congratulations to Hawaii, back-to-back tournament champions, onto the NCAA tournament as either the #1 or #2 seed. That'll be determined tomorrow at 1 Eastern time. And here is championship point once again.
All season long, what set Hawaii apart is their service pressure. Their ability to generate opportunities like that while not making a ton of errors. They are relentless from the service line. That will serve them well back east in 2 weeks' time.
Let's go! Let's go, boys!
Alakai Todd right there with the flag. You saw the fans throwing them in over the top of us. It's good for the game of volleyball, the fandom that exists for this UH team. The way they travel, the way that they appreciate the game, the fans, the people that aren't necessarily volleyball players themselves, are just volleyball fans. I love to see that. Reminds me of Nebraska on the women's side. It really is a positive for the game.
Yeah, be sure to tune in for the championships back at George Mason in Fairfax, Virginia. That's coming up on May 6th. Kevin and I will be there. And Hawaii certainly enters the tournament as one of the solid favorites, along with Penn State, UCLA, among others. But first of all, congratulations to Hawaii winning another Big West championship, their 3rd since 2018.
That's the three-headed monster right there.
That's right.
At the pins. Muklias, Hakas, and Chaz. All really excellent players, very similar in style, all hit the ball so high, so routinely. They don't bring the ball down to the block. They force you to make good plays.
And Jakob Tella, the best setter in the country, bar none, is operating the entire offense. Once again, congratulations to Hawaii. They improved to 28-2. They have a chance to be the first team since the mid-'80s to win 3 national championships in a row. Galloway with 13 kills, Hakas with 17, but an all-around team effort. And congratulations again to UC Irvine. A gallant effort, but Hawaii just way too much. For Kevin Barnett and our entire crew, I'm Paul Sunderland. We'll see you at the championships.